Hi, Jerry. Can you start recording? On your end?
I've been bumped off as host. So
There we go.
whoever SBMTD host is taking control.
Okay. Hi, Jerry. Can you start recording?
I've been bumped off as host.
Yep, here we go. Okay, go ahead. We are recording and it shows live on YouTube. Okay, coming out of closed session, we are opening to the public session regarding the the real property negotiations for 4678 Carrial, 149 North San Antonio Road. We'll start this public session with a brief outline of where we are from General Manager Estrada. I will ask for public comment and we will go to the board. Mr. Estrada, would you like to do the staff presentation?
Yes, certainly, Chair Davis. I'm just going to briefly provide an overview of what was in the staff report, kind of an outline of where we are today, how we got here. Beginning with the history of the 4 parcels that MTD owns that total approximately 19 acres. MTD purchased that property in 1985 with the purpose of using it to consolidate our facilities. Unfortunately, that wasn't worked out. Ultimately, there have been a number of County of Santa Barbara planning efforts related to those particular parcels. One in particular is the Eastern Goleta Valley Community Plan. Also, this site is one of 2 that were designated as primary housing opportunity sites within the South Coast. So with that, MTD's board has made the determination the best use of this property would be to develop it for housing. The next step really for the board of directors, MTD was to create an ad hoc committee of the board members to work with staff, to put together a team of professionals led by our attorney, Graham Lyons, to help us review the housing development proposals, to work together with the team, with the ad hoc committee, to make the recommendation that you see today. The board also set together criteria for that recommendation. That's all in the staff report, everything from financial risk and return to assessing the financial capability and the access to financing of the development teams. There's a list of items there. All of that has taken place. MTD started the timeline for this particular solicitation back in August of 2020 with a request for qualifications. As a result of that process, we recommended 3 housing development teams proceed to the request for proposal stage. Proposals were offered to MTD, they were evaluated, interviews were conducted, and ultimately last best offers were requested. With the evaluation of those last best offers, the ad hoc committee has unanimously recommended today that we be authorized to negotiate exclusively with Chandler Con Am. Now, we still have all 3 proposals. Nothing has been rejected at this stage. Simply the recommendation is to allow us to enter an exclusive negotiation for Chandler Con Am. And that's essentially my report on where we are today and how we got here.
Great, thank you very much. Madam Clerk, do we have anyone who wishes to speak on this item at this time?
I don't have any written or public comments to share, and I don't see any hands up.
Okay, thank you very much. Closing public comment, we will come back to the board. The recommendation is to adopt resolution 2021-04, which authorizes MTD's general manager or his designee to negotiate and enter into an exclusive negotiating agreement with a development team comprised of Chandler partners in the Con Am group. At this time, do I have any questions or comments from the board publicly, or do I have a motion to adopt the resolution? Bill, Director Sheeler?
Thank you, Chair. I did just have one comment. Under the best of circumstances, this housing won't be occupied until 2026. So this ENA needs to be expeditious as well as mutually beneficial. And I just wanted to say that if it becomes problematic like we've experienced before, I think it's important to note that MTD has 2 other qualified proposals.
Excellent, excellent comment. Any other questions or comments, or do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion to approve this.
Okay, I have a motion to approve resolution 2021-04. Is there a second?
I'd like
I'll
to second
second.
it, Chair.
I'll take Mr. McQuarrie at this time as the seconder. I will do a roll call vote. Okay, roll call on the adoption of the resolution. Director Limburger,
Aye.
Director Perotti,
Aye.
Director McQuarrie,
Aye.
Director Sheeler,
Yes.
Director Tabor, Vice Chair Tabor,
Yes.
and Chair Davis votes yes. The resolution is adopted unanimously. I would like to thank Mr. Lyons and Mr. Lister, our consultants who assisted us today, and we will look forward to working with you on ENA going forward from this point on. Okay, the ad hoc committee, if you could stay on the line after the meeting closes, Jerry and I would like to talk to you very quickly. Mr. Estrada.
Yeah, I do have one update I'd like to provide the board under item 6 on the agenda. Other business.
I hadn't quite got there, but that's okay. Go ahead. I'll open item 6. This is other business and reports. Jerry.
Yeah, I'd like to ask Hillary Glackerby, our manager of planning and marketing, provide you with a quick update on the status of our K through 12 boosters to support the school district.
Great.
Hillary?
Thank you, Jerry, and thank you, Chair and Board. Yes, so you may know that schools are back in person for Santa Barbara Unified School District, and we provide a significant amount of service, boosting our regular service to the junior highs and high schools in the district. They came back in a hybrid fashion beginning Thursday, the 18th of March. They were in for 2 days, and then last week was spring break, and now they are back. And our operations and planning team have been working basically for 12 months for this moment for them to come back. It takes a significant amount of work on behalf of a lot of people at MTD. And then, of course, our bus operators actually execute it when the time comes. And so we've been doing that, managing with the fact that we have capacity restrictions, where normally we would have standing loads on these boosters. Obviously, we can't have that now. With the cohort model, it's been manageable so far, but we are seeing the ridership click up day by day. Currently, the way that the school district has their schedule, it's 2 cohorts. Cohort A comes to campus Monday and Thursday. Cohort B comes Tuesday and Friday. That's what we've structured the booster schedule on. That means that they're not running on Wednesdays at this point. We were notified late last week by the school district that it's their intention to bring back students to campus on Wednesday, one of the cohorts sort of alternating weeks. They intend to do that apparently April 7th. We let them know, as we have for the past year, that if there's going to be a change to our service, we need 30 days notice. Normally we would take 3 months or so to do this, but 30 days gives us time to rebuild the structure of the bid, get drivers to bid it quickly, and then get it put into place. And so unfortunately, we've not been given that 30 days notice for this, but we have sprung into action to make it happen. And it looks like we are going to be able to, the first Wednesday that we would be able to serve would be the 21st. We're trying to get this information out to families. Obviously, we wish they would wait until we're ready, but they have plans. And so just letting you know that we're going to be sending a formal letter to the school superintendent and the board, letting them know that this is the case and what our process is that we have to follow, that we can't speed up due to our collective bargaining agreement and the processes that we are required to follow. And then also asking about plans for summer school. We've heard that, for obvious reasons, there's going to be a lot more summer school this year for students who need to catch up. And we might be able to provide more booster service, but we need their bell schedule and all of that. And so that will also be in the letter, formal request for that information, again, so that we have enough time to prepare to possibly serve. So just wanted to give everyone an update. We haven't left anyone behind yet. We've been able to carry everyone. We're boosting our boosters. But again, that takes a lot of people every morning and afternoon to make it happen. So
I'd just like to add and highlight that, really what it's about is, sure, we have a CBA we have to follow, but ultimately it's 130 individuals, employees, who have their own lives and childcare matters, and to change their work schedule without at least a few weeks notice is just not reasonable. So we're doing as much as we can to help. We've made changes quickly, but we need a few more weeks in order to adapt, and we're just going to have to let them know that's when it'll happen. We've got our employees have been, I think, doing a great job of, stepping up, but at this point we need to, it's going to take a few more weeks to get everybody through this and make the necessary adjustments.
Well, thank you very much for the update. And again, I know, speaking for the board, we will appreciate the responsiveness and the efforts that go into this, because it's, again, very difficult times on all of us, and you guys are doing a great job of basically trying to be as responsive as we can to the changing dynamic that we see out there in the community. So please, thank you all for the effort that you're putting into there. I know you're doing your best. Madam Clerk, yeah, I saw your hand raised. I was going to say, I see a hand raised, so I was coming back to you.
Oh, yeah, that's why I raised my hand. It's working, good. I noticed that I made a mistake when I was reading the report regarding the posting of agenda. I said that it was posted on March 27th, and it was actually posted on March 26th, that Friday, not the Saturday.
Okay, thank you for the correction. And on that note, I want to thank the board for basically making time out of your busy schedules to do a special meeting. Again, this was something which, from the ad hoc committee and from the team, we wanted to keep moving as quickly as we could. So thank you all for basically, again, taking the time out to do this meeting today. Barry, when is our next meeting now? We are thinking about canceling the first April meeting.
Yeah, technically it would be next Tuesday, but I'd recommend canceling and focusing our agenda items to the 20th.
Okay, so let's go on your calendars, look at April 20th for our next regularly scheduled meeting. Okay, I am going to, Madam Clerk, you may please note, I'm going to adjourn this meeting in honor and remembrance of Clarence Willis, who did pass away recently, a long-time 13-year member of the MTD family. So in Clarence Willis's memory, we will adjourn the meeting today. Stay safe, everybody. We'll see you in April 20th. Bye-bye.
And I know you said Graham, but I'm assuming that go ahead and
Still
leave.
recording.